Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pete Metz here from Loan Simple, and I brought Daniel Miller here. Daniel is a broker here in town, real estate broker, and he's been doing real estate for a long time. How long have you been doing real estate now?
Since 2006, so
wow.
12 and a half years.
Yeah, 12 and a half years.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So you kind of saw the downturn, and then
I had impeccable timing.
Wow.
Starting right when the market was like dropping. Yeah.
Well, and the cool thing about that is obviously he survived and he's doing really well and he's killing it. And I had Daniel come on. I wanted to ask him a couple questions regarding the market. So first question I have is Carr Fire.
Yeah.
What's going on right now with the real estate? Because obviously the Carr Fire, a lot of people wanted to build. What are you seeing?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it's definitely had a really heavy impact on our local economy. Mm-hmm. It really seemed like prior to the Carr Fire that we were headed for a correction on pricing. Mm-hmm. Things seemed to be flatlining a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then right after the fire, just for example, I had 2 listings that were out there, well-marketed, well-priced homes that weren't getting any offers. Yeah. And then the fire happened.
Before.
Yeah, right before the fire. The fire happened, and literally the week after the fire, both of those listings had full price or above asking price offers. Yeah. One of them was all cash for $15,000 above asking. Yeah. So obviously it just really accelerated our market. Yeah. But to answer your question, as far as what am I seeing people do right now? Are they going to build? Are they purchasing existing properties? I think, I have seen a lot of vacant lots sell. Obviously a lot of people who lost their homes were liquidating.
Got it. So there's a lot. So the lots that the homes are on, a lot of those lots are selling quickly.
Yeah, a lot of those people didn't want to move back, to where their home was, and so they opted to just sell the lot and be done with it after they received their insurance money. Yeah. I feel like in my experience, maybe it's just because I'm working with a lot of buyers, they're all buying existing homes. Yeah. Right. So they're opting for kind of the other side of town. I'm seeing people who were on the west side where the fires occurred kind of come over to the east side. Okay. Or looking in Palo Cedro. Yeah. Just because, it is hard for a lot of people who have been over there just to stay around, when you can still see the evidence of the fires. Right. But the short answer is, a lot of people are buying existing homes instead of rebuilding brand new homes.
And quick question, once a lot of these people get placed and they do find their home, what do you think that's going to do to the market? Do you think that's driving the market right now?
Yeah, it's definitely been a major factor, I feel like. And I really thought that we would kind of be on the tail end of people finding replacement homes, who had insurance money that were looking for to purchase something. And I'm in contract on one of my listings right now where the person is buying our house because they had, fire money. Wow. And they're paying all cash for the home. Wow. So they're still out there, and it's definitely, one of the major factors that happens is, typically most people when they buy a home and they're getting a loan, they have to have it appraised. So correct, right? Yeah. So then you're looking at comparable sales from the last 3 months.
So the value just can't shoot up because the high demand.
Because someone wants it to, right? So you can offer above asking, but it still has to appraise. So people who have cash, like these people who lost their homes, it's not a factor. Like they don't have to get the home appraised. They can just buy it. Doesn't matter what the appraisal comes in, and then that makes sense. And now that becomes a new comparable sale for the neighborhood. Correct. So now everyone else who's using a loan, they can use that
comparable.
Yeah, as like a benchmark for the home that they're trying to purchase. Yeah. So I think those are a couple of factors: having cash, not needing appraisals, that are really driving the market up.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Another question I had for you is, I get a lot of clients that are looking to sell a house and purchase a new house. Maybe they want to downgrade or potentially upgrade to a new, different neighborhood. Right. And so a big fear, for a lot of them they don't want to be homeless. They don't want to sell their house and then not have a house to go to. Yeah. Or they also don't want to have 2 mortgage payments. They don't want to buy a house and then have to pay for their house. So what's your some good takeaways if someone's looking to do a sell and buy, or maybe wants to sell and buy a house and they want to use the equity of their home to purchase the new house?
Yeah. So I think, as realtors, we're looking for ways to help people navigate this process. And really make sure they feel protected, that we're looking out for them, that they're not going to be homeless, they're not going to have double payments, because that is a scary thing. So one of the first things that we do, we make an offer that's contingent upon the sale of their property. So it's like, I want to buy that property if I can sell this property.
Got it. So what you're saying is they'll list it, but contingent on them actually finding a new place so that they're not homeless.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways. The one I was thinking of is the reverse of that.
Got it.
So it's like I make an offer and I tell the people that I'm trying to buy the home.
Got it.
Like, hey, I want to buy your house, but I need to sell mine first. So that's just a contingent sale. But then what you were referencing is something that we do as well, which is saying like, my home is listed, but I only want to sell it. So you have this kind of clause in your contract where like, I only want to sell this home unless I can find a replacement property to buy.
Got it.
And you give it a time frame so no one's waiting around indefinitely. But that kind of puts you in a really strong position. And that is actually what we just did on the home that I mentioned, is under contract right now. So,
So tell me about that.
Yeah, so we got this home under contract in just 3 days, and we had a lot of showings. I think the first key thing, obviously when you're going to this, you want to make sure your home is prepared for listing. That's where we kind of walk around, make recommendations. They did some minor tweaks, but then you're really coming down to like pricing the home well. You want to make sure it's priced well. You can't fix with marketing what you did wrong with pricing. So like, for example, like if I overprice a home, no matter how much money I'm going to spend on marketing,
how much you market it,
how many Google ads or Facebook ads I buy, it's not going to make up for the fact that I overpriced the home, right? So we priced it really well. We got a bunch of showings. We had an offer. And we said, okay, like we want your offer if we can go find.
Oh, so they just did what you just said.
They did exactly what I was mentioning.
Got it. So what they did is someone offered on their house, and they said, we'll take the offer as long as you give us time to buy the next house. Okay, that's cool.
And we said, we want no more than 2 weeks. Give us a couple weeks, and we'll go find something. And we were actively looking, and so they found one. It's under contract, and so now everything's moving along smoothly. So,
wow, that's awesome.
It's a big win for everyone.
Cool. There's so many. There's a lot of families out there that have that question. And that's those two things. So basically, contingent when they go to buy, contingent on actually selling their house, and also contingent on selling their house and being able to find a new house.
And the example that I mentioned is probably the strongest one to put you in as a buyer of another house, because so the first example we mentioned was like, hey, I want to buy your house if I can sell mine. And most sellers aren't excited about your offer if that's the case. They're like, well, you still have to go sell your house. Like, go sell your house and come back and talk to me, because there is a lot of interest right now.
So what you're saying is it's important piece of the step to maybe put your house on the market first. And try to get a buyer contingent on you finding a house. That's the first step, is what you're saying.
For sure. You want to list your home, say we'll sell this if we can find a replacement. That way, when you do find the house that you love, you're in a strong position. You don't have to say, I need to go sell my house. You're like, hey, my house is ready to sell. I already have someone who made me an offer. I just need to buy your house. That's an easy sell for the sellers to kind of pick up on versus the other situation we mentioned.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, that's really, really awesome information. Thank you so much, Daniel. A lot of my families are going to get a lot out of that. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep. See you guys.
See you guys.